Class, welcome to week 10. In week 10, we will cover ROI, or return on investment, and optimizing ad performance. You will also turn in project 3 to start your Google Ads campaign, and we will begin project 4. But that will not be turned in this week. It's just the instructions are found in this week for project 4. So let's start with our first topic, which is ROI and conversion tracking. ROI and conversion tracking is really the main advantage to using Google Ads. I get a lot of feedback from students. Some students love Google Ads, some don't like how it looks, how it presents. They feel like it might cheapen their brand. I'm finding more and more that Google Ads is fairly ubiquitous across almost all companies. Just about everyone uses digital ads in some form. The majority are using Google Ads. Some are using Facebook ads. But it's hard to succeed as an online business or as even your standard bricks and mortar store without using Google Ads in some form. The real advantage, in my opinion, to Google Ads is not only that you can target your exact audience so that you make your marketing very efficient, but you can measure down to the penny the effectiveness of those advertisements because of conversion tracking. Now, when we talk about conversion tracking and return on investment, the hardest part of this for students is typically to define the word conversions. A conversion is when you have converted a visitor into a customer. So if you're selling a product on your website that you have created, this is fairly straightforward because you can track when a visitor becomes a customer by when they purchase the product. And so you would put a little snippet of code on the page that says thank you for your purchase, and that would tell Google Ads that that person has become a customer. That visitor has become a customer, and you have a conversion. And then you can measure the return on investment by putting a value to that conversion and saying, on average, a conversion for my website is a $10 purchase or whatever it may be. And now you can start to see how effective your Google Ads are. Or you can assign a value to each of those conversions and say, put a conversion code for this product, which costs $8, and put a different conversion code for this product that costs $12. And now you know exactly how much money you're getting in return for your investment in Google AdWords. Now, if you have a different business model, one that utilizes advertisements on your website or an affiliate model, this can become a little bit more tricky. And at that point, you'll need to, because you can't measure the exact moment when they convert from a visitor to a customer, you would use percentages. So for example, if I have an affiliate site, I'm going to get feedback from the company I'm affiliating with as to what percentage of people that click on the affiliate link actually purchase a product and thus bring revenue back to me. And so I'm going to track my conversions by how many people click on the affiliate link, but then I'm going to have to multiply that by the percentage of people that actually purchase a product. And that gives me a true conversion rate. The same would apply to a site that uses advertising rather than affiliate or selling a product. So those get a little bit more tricky just because when someone is clicking on the website, you may still get revenue from that, but it takes them to an outside site to finish the purchase. And so it's a little bit harder to track when they convert from a visitor to a customer. I hope that helps explain the word conversions a bit, because that's usually the hardest part of this assignment. But if you go ahead and read these documents, that helps explain a little bit more, not only what a conversion is, but how to utilize it with Google Ads. Then you'll set up a Word document and follow these steps. These steps aren't complex once you understand and can identify what your conversion is, but that's really the key to this assignment. So after you do your ROI and conversion assignment, you'll have your discussion board, you'll have your submission here for Google Ads. To submit your project 3, you'll need to follow these steps. Now that you've created, as I mentioned, your campaign, you're going to take a screenshot of it. So it's really a process of making sure the pertinent information is visible before taking that screenshot. What we're looking for is keywords. The keywords you put in your campaign. Remember, there should be 10 keywords. Then you click on more details and it will show both the keywords and the ad. So you can click here to view a sample image of that, but really all you need is a view where it lists your keywords, and then below that it will show your ad. Take that screenshot, put it into a Word document, or just submit the image directly for your submission. That's it. So this submission is fairly simple. It just shows that yes, you have created a campaign and it is primed and ready to go. That's all we're looking for, is just the screenshot. It's just very important that it contains at least 10 keywords. Some of you may have done more, but at least 10 keywords and the 2 ads that you created. So that will be your project 3, and then you will go on to optimizing ad performance. So now that you've written an ad and you've looked at what makes a good ad, we're going to look at some of the other tools that Google Ads gives us to create an effective advertisement. So to do this, you won't use your own data since you haven't generated your own campaign data yet. You will this week, but it's just starting. And so we're going to use some established Google Ad campaign data. And so you've got a document here, and then in step 5, it will give you a data with keywords and ads. It's an Excel file versus this document up here. Those two combined will give you the information. So this is not using your campaign information. So you want to record your answers to these questions, right? How many clicks, impressions, what's the cost per click, etc., etc. Then you'll read these articles which teach you how to improve an ad or an ad campaign. Then you'll answer these questions. What keywords do you want to add, delete, or pause? What ads do you want to add, delete, or pause, and why? These questions, the answers to these questions, I should say, should be based on this reading. And that's going to teach you how to improve your ads. Improving your ads is something that you should go through over and over as an online business owner. For some people, for a large company, this is their job, is to go through and improve Google Ads. So there's additional readings down here on what makes your ad successful, and you'll submit all of this in a Word document. That will take us on to project 4. And I hope you'll notice the assignments right now are lining up fairly well with the projects. The assignments on the latter half of the course are meant to line up and support your projects. And the same thing with project 4. Project 4 is where you will actually launch your campaign, and you will let it run for a period of time, and you will gather some data. You'll make changes based on the instructions we did in the last assignment, and then you'll run it again to see the difference in performance. So this workbook is what you will use. It'll be an empty workbook, and it will have multiple tabs similar to project 1, though certainly not as involved. And you will fill out the data that you generate on your first week of your campaign. Then you'll stop, you'll make changes, and you'll run it again, and you'll record those changes throughout the spreadsheet. So a brief description of each sheet. The first one is your before and after data. The second one is your keyword performance. The third one is your ads, and the final one is your landing pages. You should make changes to all three of these after you run some baseline data. Then you'll save that workbook and submit it. You do not need to submit it in week 10. This is meant to go on across multiple weeks, and you will actually submit it in week 12. There's a video overview. Please reach out if that's unclear, if there's any questions about it. And remember, that's submitted in week 12. You should start in week 10, and that means you should activate your campaign and start gathering data this week so that you can start on Project 4. Again, you will, after a week, you will pause it, make changes, and then run it again so that you can see the difference between the 2 weeks. That's Project 4. So my apologies for the long video this week, but there's a lot to week 10 where you've got the 2 topics, submitting Project 3 and starting on Project 4. So please reach out if there's any questions or concerns about those assignments or projects. I'd be happy to walk you through them. Thanks, everyone.